This is jarring. This was a find at my local pawn shop. This might truly be the indie flick of the channel. I've talked about films like Blue Call, Deadheading, and anything else you find at the dollar bin reviews by the SP releasing. Keep in mind, SP releasing and the Echo Bridge crap. They just acquire films that other companies have dropped. For example, The Death and Life of Bobby Z was previously released by Sony Pictures. They dropped it, and Echo Bridge picked it up and redistributed hard copies, and they put their name on the side. This has none of that, as you can see. On the back, there's actually a thing for the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us. The movie title here, it might truly be a indie flick here. It's won some awards here. I don't know if these awards are real or not. Feel free to look them up. There's also one on the front here. And there's two over here from horror.com and Fangoria. I recognize Fangoria. And the back here, I recognize Joe Blow. So, these might be real quotes. They might be real praises. I couldn't tell you if this is based on true events or not. When they say a film is based on true events, it's usually not. It's usually extremely loosely based. I found nothing about whatever true events this thing claims it's based on. On the back of the film here, they're talking about the Killing Jar murderer. I'm assuming this guy is a serial killer who was never caught. Well, if you want to do a light little Google search on the Killing Jar murderer, I didn't find anything. If you'd like to go down that rabbit hole, you be my guest. You be my guest and you look for that. I couldn't find anything about it. Jar Ring basically stars two dude bros, two chicks, a bartender lady, a bouncer dude, a dude in an office, and two girls in the office with the dude that the dude banters with, and some crazy guy who makes weird poetic phone calls to people. And they try to throw this into a film. The two dude bros meet the two girls on a boat. And the two dude bros are being assholes to the two girls, who are also being bitches to the two dude bros, and then somehow manages to get them together to go do something. They're gonna go drive somewhere and do something. I have no idea what. I stopped giving a crap. I watched the whole film, and I still couldn't give too much of a crap about what's... I'd have to watch it a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time. There's not going to be a second time, but that's how many times I would probably have to watch this to figure out what's going on. So somebody kidnaps the two girls, the two dude bros and the two girls, go somewhere in the middle of nowhere. They're meeting the two girls at some bar for a date or whatever, and the two girls don't show up because apparently they've been kidnapped by somebody. The two dude bros sit in this bar discussing something in a weird subtitled whispering manner or whatever, and then they have a weird little dumb bar fight and they get thrown out by the bouncer dude. And then they go like, well, our car needs gas, well, we can't go search for the girls until we get gas. So they go to the gas station. The gas station attendant says, we only take cash. And the guy pulls out 100, and the guy says, we don't accept anything over 20. So the guy says, do you have an ATM? And they said, you gotta go downtown to go to an ATM. So they're fucked. So they have to get out of the car since it has no gas. And then they go downtown to find an ATM to get some cash, right? When they get back to the car, somebody's been inside the car and they wrote a little something on it. And all the while they get calls from the poetic dude speaking about perverted weird messages. We have no idea who this is. I have no idea who this is. They have an idea of who this is. It's probably the Killing Jar murderer man. Who cares? Now they go drive the car to a movie theater because they decode a message in one of the phone calls to go to this theater, and they find a projector showing recorded images of their two friends, the two girls, tied up with duct tape, because that's all they could afford, duct tape. There's no special effects and anything like that. It's just duct tape. Somebody just duct taped them to the wall. They just duct taped them. In the tradition of Saw, on $2 budget from the hardware store. Indie, of course. They had, you know, that's how indies work. You know, they have no budget, so they have to use GoPros and all that crap, and they whatever. So they find the girls on the projector, and they say, we gotta go find the girls. The kidnapper has the girls. And so they're freaking out, and they walk upstairs and say, we should probably call the cops. And they turn around, and they see in a nearby room, chalk mark of a body part, of a body on the side. Fuck it. How do I... Here. Since I'm not... Yeah, blah, blah. There's a person. A chalk outline of a person. Okay? And they say, cops, this happened. Or whatever. Somebody writes that in chalk, right? And they have to decode this and say, oh, if we call the cops, we'll become a chalk outline, they said. So they can't call the cops. They can't get the cops involved, because if they do, they'll become a chalk outline on the frickin' whatever. So they can't get the cops involved for some weird reason like that. And so they decide to get the bartender lady at the bar where they couldn't find the girls, where they had the bar fight. They go to the bartender lady to ask the bartender lady for help, because one of the dude bros left his phone there. And on the phone were pictures of the girls, the kidnapped girls. And the guy says, I didn't put these on my phone. And then the bouncer guy comes in. He takes the phone, he takes their money, and he throws them out. And then they decide to follow the bartender lady to her home, like any stalker would. And then she gets all weirded out about that, like anybody would. And they ask her for help. And so she decides to help them. And then this turns into some sort of Zodiac decoder thing, where they're trying to decode the weird messages that the Killing Jar Man, or whatever, gave to them over the phone or whatever. I don't know. I stopped giving a crap. I'm just watching this, trying to pay attention. It was really difficult. But they're discussing some sort of message. Wingdings was mentioned by somebody. And the dude bro says, I found the address. I've decoded the crap. I gotta go to the address. And then the dude says, I phoned a dude who's trying to get a dude on the electric chair, off the electric chair, because they think he's been misaccused for being the Killing Jar Man. But the Killing Jar Man is clearly out there, and he kidnapped the girls. And so one of the dude bros is going to get the girls at the Killing Jar Man's house. And the other dude bro is going to stay at the house to meet with the lawyer dude, who has, throughout this entire film, had sporadic little scenes in between the dude bro misadventures, talking about this Killing Jar Man case, and the two dude bros and whatever they're doing, and whatever. And it's there, I don't care. So they talk about them, and they do whatever they're doing there. And then one of the dude bros goes to the house, with the Killing Jar Man's house, and he finds a camera in the shed. And the shed shows that one of the girls comes up to another of the girls who's tied to the wall with duct tape, and she gets her down, and they walk away all scot-free. And the other dude bro is standing there with the camera, and he walks away as well. The Killing Jar Man had a gas mask on. You couldn't find out who the Killing Jar Man was. So they show this photo, reel, whatever the fuck camera they found to the cops, and they say, hey, this is the Killing Jar Man. You should probably get on that. And then they, at the end, all four of the happy people are on a couch with the bartender lady. And the bartender lady and one of the dude bros happen to have formed a relationship at this during the whatever. And they're doing that. And the reporter on the television says that the evidence is not enough to get the guy off the chair to overturn the sentence, but they're going to postpone the death penalty or whatever so that they can go over the case again to find the killing jar man. I didn't enjoy Jar Ring. It was very difficult to pay attention to it. It was ambitious. I could say that. It's not one of those indie types of films that was filmed intentionally with incompetence and a very basic, bare minimum, bare bones story. It's not like Dollface or anything like that. No. This has ambition. The people in this are trying. Everybody was trying very hard, and that's probably why it won all of these awards. They did the best that they could with nothing. And I gotta give it to them for that. I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't pay attention to the whole thing, but I watched the film from start to finish. I am probably not going to watch it again, but I might. I might. And because of that, I'm gonna give it a wash. A swipe. Little swipe of barely passing, because this might impress somebody else other than me. It just didn't impress me enough to give it the good thumbs up and all that crap, you know. But Joe Blow talked about it, you know. The whole they got a Joe Blow little website here. If you want to look at Joe Blow, they got a YouTube channel and all that crap. And they may have talked about this on here. They say they have this little YouTube icon here. Follow us there. Jar Ring Movie is probably on YouTube. I didn't look it up. If you'd like to, it might still be there. So that's awesome. This is awesome that they got this off the ground. It says that Vanguard Cinema may have distributed this hard copy, and if that's what they did, then that's cool. But yeah, be imaginative and be ambitious like this, man. Get cracking. If you got an idea like this and you got nothing, they still do this stuff. They still made this with nothing. And they still made it and managed to get it distributed. So, if you ever feel like you have an idea and you can't get it off the ground because you don't think you have enough equipment, enough muspah, hookspah, and all that crap, just take a look at Jar Ring and realize you probably can do it too.